Hello.
What up?
Hello.
Welcome
Happy
back,
Sunday.
everyone.
Hi.
Happy Sundays.
Happy Sundays.
Happy
Happy
Sundays.
Sundays.
Cheers. It's 9 a.m. We're
That's right.
drinking.
It is 9
We're doing it, guys.
a.m.
We're doing
here
it.
for
Skip
sure.
the coffee. Get right to it.
That's right. That's what we do.
Or combine the two if you want to have a wild
Ooh.
Sunday.
If you throw in a
Some,
donut, it's just brunch.
Wild.
rum chata and coffee. Pretty good.
We love a good brunch.
Where's
Love a
my
good
Yeah.
Baileys?
I do love me some mimosas.
mimosas.
Aw, you guys are so cute.
Yeah.
Brunch isn't that good,
Brunch
but the
good.
fact that
No.
you can drink at brunch is what's good.
Brunch is actually
Oh,
amazing.
you guys just
I
don't drink
love
at
brunch.
breakfast?
But it sucks to work brunch. I know
Yeah.
what Eric is saying.
Oh,
And that is from the bear also.
That makes
Yeah.
more sense.
Fuck brunch.
It's like one of the last things they say, and it like I literally like laughed so hard when they said it because
Well,
brunch does suck if you're serving
Yeah.
it. Because
That whole scene.
You got breakfast food and you got lunch food at the same time. You got people who want coffee, and then also this person wants, some sort of fruity drink, a mimosa, or whatever.
Not just any mimosa, the grapefruit strawberry mimosa
Exactly.
with a splash of lime.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so you gotta make all that shit. I mean, I don't because I was cooking, but either way, it's a lot for everybody at once. And
It sucks.
Complaining.
Yeah, it does.
But
It's like-
as a brunch goer, wow,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
the best. That's the best. That's the best time to go out.
You
to
know
eat
what? That
is
explains
brunch.
a lot. I went to brunch on Sunday, and our server was very I was like, okay, calm down.
And they probably weren't supposed to
Very-
work that day.
Probably not, but I was just like, okay, bitch, calm down. Wow.
Not supposed to work. Got put on the brunch shift last night.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
why?
Okay, then
Why
I believe
should that
it,
be
but
the
still.
customer's problem?
It's not the customer's problem.
You know.
It's not.
Yeah,
completely
but
understand.
I mean, you got to remember the people back there are people too, and they're just
You're
as
right.
hungover as you are.
You're right, Eric.
If
you
not
are
more.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, both sides need to have some mutual respect here for what the other is doing.
Agreed.
Because everyone loves to go out for brunch. Nobody likes to work brunch. However, if you're going out to brunch, don't be a dick. It's going to take longer than your dinner rush, okay? So
Right.
have some patience. But on the other hand, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe your server was dealing with a bunch of, entitled bitches who never
That's
worked at a
true.
restaurant.
That's a
And
good-
a lot of people don't understand what that can be like when they haven't done it.
It's definitely it was a touristy place that we went to, so I imagine it's more out of towners than it is locals, and I can imagine that being hard too. It's the South, so
Yeah. That can also
and
be
it's-
annoying. Like, think of, like, being in line somewhere and, like, you know what you want and you're, like, 8 people deep and every
Yes.
person doesn't, like, wait until they see the menu.
they get there.
And then they're like, yo, like, I don't know what I want yet, so I'm going to wait here for, like, 15 minutes. And you're just like, I'm going to stab you. Like,
Yes.
you don't
I mean,
deserve,
exactly.
there should be an
It's
express
hangry.
lane, like, do you know what you want? I've thought about this for dispensaries specifically here. Like,
I was just going to say that because that is my biggest frustration with
Mm-hmm.
dispensaries is tourists coming in. They're like, oh, what do you got? Let's try some of this.
Yeah.
Oh, can I see that? And I'm
Let's
just like,
get
bitch,
to work.
I'm just trying to get my ounce and go the fuck home. Out of my
Yeah.
way.
yeah.
You can't like go online and pre-order and then
You
just
can,
go and pick it up.
and that's something that the pandemic really helped with.
Yeah.
Because before, you couldn't order online, and then once pandemic happened, they were like, well, all right. It was like some sort of, like, law they, like, allowed or something after that. But,
Wow.
But yeah, I remember, like, before that, you would just stand in line, and sometimes if it's a popular place, like, you're standing in line for, like, a good, like, half hour, and then, because literally people are just going, oh, well, what's this supposed to taste like? Oh, is this gonna be good for my anxiety? Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like all these questions, and it's like and then you got the bud tender who's like freshly 21, 22 years old, just going like, yeah, sativa will be great for your anxiety.
He just learned what the
Right.
term sativa means, so he's like trying to
And
push it on
still-
everyone.
and still gets it wrong.
It's like, yeah, this is a really good
You're right.
sativa. It's gonna
Everybody
calm
has
you
their
down and
needs.
really make you mellow. No, dude, you're wrong.
Exactly. It's not gonna make you want to, stay active and think about everything all at once.
I would never go to a dispensary where I gotta wait a half an hour.
I don't go there anymore. I
Although,
used to
you
go
know
there
what
because
I
it
was-
was like right next to my work.
I feel that. All our
What were you
dispensaries
gonna say?
open during COVID, so it's like, I don't know, it's weird here. There's a lot of places where you're not even allowed inside. You have to do online ordering and pick it up from the parking lot.
Okay, sketchy drug deal.
Yeah,
But that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like.
That's
Except it's
super funny.
That's like we went to that one dispensary to not get her sibling shit in a legal state.
That was for us.
It was definitely for us. And like the place that we went to, because they wanted like slightly, better grade than like we just buy shape because it's like, well, it's cheap and fuck it, like it's an ounce. But they were like, oh, get us something decent. So we found this place, and they still used like just Ziploc bags.
We got our ounce in a fucking Ziploc baggie. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was like,
That's
this
what I
is
prefer, though.
weird.
That's what I would
Gourmet
want.
weed.
I don't like the glass jars and bottles and shit. Those collect and build up.
We just have they have like the plastic containers here, and they're recyclable. So you just throw it in a recycling bin, and we're good. Yeah, it looks
all
just
like-
that.
Oh, there you go.
So
My jar's
convenient.
upstairs, but they come in like little, like glass jars.
I remember when we were in Washington. The thing about Washington that's so
That's
much
crazy.
different than Denver was like everything was like a brand, whereas
Yeah.
here, it's very much for the most part like, oh yeah, we buy from growers or we grow it ourselves, but it's our weed. Like they market it as their weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in Washington and even here, it's a lot of brands. Like
Yeah, that's what I noticed. I was like, this is weird.
the entire store is
It
a
was also
brand.
cool. Yeah, but like all the weed and shit, like it'd be like super lemon haze by like this company, and then the next one would be like super lemon haze by this company, and it's in a completely different jar.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
I don't get to see that side of things.
gotta move to a legal state.
Yeah, well, you moved to the south.
Well, clearly
What's
it's
the
not
nearest
what
legal
done the
state
illegal way.
by you?
DC, I think. That's not a
Damn.
state, but
Yeah, it's not a state.
that's an eight. That's an 8-hour drive.
Jesus.
That
Well,
sucks.
if you get a couple, how many can you buy more than 1 ounce there at a time if you're a visitor?
I
Well,
don't know.
I mean, I don't know about other places, but here they're like, you can only buy 1 ounce per day, but we have no system in place that says, you've bought an ounce elsewhere today. Like, so you can just walk into like the next shop, literally next door, and go buy another ounce.
I think that rule just slips into you can only buy an ounce at a time, and then you can just turn back around and go back in and buy another ounce as a separate
That
transaction.
used to kind of be what it was like here, and then they had to like clarify the law. And because too many people were doing that. They were literally just like, okay, and then they go out to the car, drop it off, and come right back inside to grab another one.
They also used to scan IDs. Like they used to put your ID.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
like it was like
Some
the
places
same
still do.
as like the pharmacy. Like they would scan it, so you can't be making meth. Can't be getting too high. And now it's very much like a bar. They just take a peek. They're like, okay, you're old enough. It's very strange how quickly that all shifted.
Yeah. I feel like when we first moved here, it was like pretty strict. Not pretty strict, but like comparatively to now, like
there were more regulations for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are still like one of the first states too to do it, so it's still like, whoa, the state is legalizing selling marijuana. How are they going to do it?
And we're still figuring it out too as we go.
Yeah, but there's a lot more states that do it now, so it's I don't know. I feel like it's pretty lax.
Yeah.
Go legal states.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well.
But you could still find it there, right?
Oh, yeah. Is it good? I don't know.
I saw.
Is it bad? I don't know that either.
I mean, as long as you're getting high, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good. Doesn't work.
I actually saw a meme. I think it was today. That was like when the South finally decides to legalize marijuana, and it just had fried pot leaves.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I was like, that's pretty good.
Bunch of hush puppies.
You know that will fucking happen.
Get a side of hush puppies with your ounce.
Oh yes, please.
That does sound pretty good.
So good, so fucking good. It would go perfectly with your high too, like the perfect munchie.
Hey man,
He's like that Girl Scouts girl outside of like the weed store in, I think it was like Washington or Oregon or somewhere, and it was like, yeah, that's just smart business.
Yeah, that kid's going places.
Or at least their parents are, they're savvy, business savvy.
well, I smell weed like everywhere I go in Savannah. Seriously, like I can go, oh my god, that's a blunt. Yep, that's definitely a blunt right there. So they do it. They just you can't like go to a store though.
I mean, people do it everywhere.
There is a real convenience.
Dopest dope I've ever smoked.
Exactly. So I make friends, and then that's what happens.
Yeah, that's kind of what you got to do.
I mean, we all did it at one point,
exactly.
Right? Like it was not. There was a time when it wasn't legal anywhere, or at least where we were. So
that's
we had to make
true.
do.
But I have followed the opposite with my life.
I mean, I can respect that.
Illinois,
It was kind of exciting
it,
having to find it in
Nashville. So it sucks. And now I'm in the deep south where it's like never gonna happen. Fucking dinosaurs live here. Dinosaurs.
I'm from Indiana, so back home is always like, I don't know. I feel like I'll be smoking, and I don't even think about it because I'm from a state where it's legal, and I can just kind of like, they don't really care. Like we smoke on the like sidewalk all the time, like when we're out and about.
Does everyone in Denver smoke weed?
No, we know people who don't, or people who even just like take like a hit or two, and they're like, all right, that's enough for me. Like, yeah, some people don't, necessarily enjoy being high from weed.
There is a lot of like CBD though. Like
that's true.
People always are talking about CBD here, and like most people are taking some form of CBD on a daily basis for whatever. I feel like that's more common than like weed itself, THC.
Oh wow!
CBD is becoming pretty common here too. A lot of people talking about it and doing it.
CBD is here as well, and something called Delta 8.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Delta 8 is just.
Is that one of those COVID strains?
Yeah.
No, it's like weed light.
It's so I believe
it might be
if I remember correctly from when I actually worked for the CBD company, Delta 8 is THC before it's actually activated.
Quote him, folks. He is a doctor.
No, don't quote me. In fact, please do your research because
right.
I do not remember if this is correct.
I mean, what do you got to do
like
to activate it?
Still have you light it, literally smoke it.
So once you light it,
into like a edible. When you light it and inhale, and that flame hits THCA or Delta 8.
So Delta 8 is
becomes
just
THC.
unlit weed.
Basically, yes.
So we all got it laying around.
That's right.
Got some Delta 8 right here.
I got some
Believe
Delta
that
8
is
in my
correct,
grinder
but
right now.
I could be wrong. I could be mixing up something else. Too.
Well, it's a big deal here.
I'm just letting y'all know. Do your research. You know.
It's probably like a legal workaround to buy weed.
Well,
No.
Like, technically, this
because
is
you
Delta
can
8.
only
It's
get
not
it
THC.
Because you can only get it in like certain forms.
So it doesn't come in
it's
flour.
not- I don't believe so. No, because
flour.
then I don't know what the fuck that is. That doesn't make sense.
I don't mean to interrupt
I
here
know.
on the topic, but are you drinking lemonade? Lemonade?
It's lemonade with whiskey, but yes.
Ooh,
What kind of whiskey?
Doesn't-
You got some
that
Boulier
sounds
over
like
there?
Southern summer, baby.
It's 100 degrees here. Thank you.
Woo!
You got some Boulier in that?
No, no. It's called Rebel.
Rebel Yell.
Rebel. I think it's Rebel Yell, but I think that's wrong.
Rebel A actually.
It's Rebel. I think it is Rebel Yell. So
Nice.
it's a whiskey, I like to mix
Billy
it.
Idol's whiskey.
Yeah.
I had to think that long to remember his name.
And that's why I took it. I was like, oh my god, Rebel Yell, Billy Idol.
That's smart.
So, but I ended up really liking it. It's kind of like, it's like a call girl version of what, Four Roses, or what is it?
Okay.
Roses.
I like Four Roses. Yeah, Four Roses.
Yeah,
is
Four
decent.
Roses. Yeah, it's like Four Roses but cheaper.
Okay. I mean, I get Canadian Club because it's like Crown Royal but cheaper. So much
You
better.
have Canadian whiskey?
That's
What
right,
kind of person?
bitch. Fuck
What kind of
you.
person?
I think
Yeah.
Crown Royal tastes
Canadian whiskey.
totally different
Worse.
than Canada Mist.
It's a better tasting whiskey.
Crown Royal.
Canada Mist?
It's a better tasting whiskey.
Ew, what, Eric? Get out of here. Bottom shelf?
No, I'm asking if you're saying Canada Mist tastes better than.
What's Canada Mist?
No, Canadian Mist is not good.
You're thinking
But
of LaCroix.
Crown Royal is definitely solid, and
That's what I'm saying.
I enjoy Canadian whiskey because it doesn't have the same sort of like bite that like bourbon does. Like bourbon has like that that extra
That's
bit of
the
like
best
sour
part.
sweetness.
Yeah, you really want to chew your drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
No, it's
Like,
just
wash it
you
around.
want to taste them. You like flavor. You want to experience it.
Yeah.
Canadian whiskey still has good flavor. It just doesn't have
Canadian
that.
I don't know. It
whiskey is a
tastes.
goddamn
It tastes
joke.
closer to rubbing alcohol tasting.
Yes. Thank you.
Wow.
I still that's not true at all. That's not even close
I
to
see
true.
we know where
It's
your
pretty true.
loyalties
I would
lie.
actually argue
Bunch of
that
patriots.
bourbon is closer to that flavor than what
I don't think so.
I would.
Bourbon's
I
bourbon's loaded with flavor, especially like barrel bourbon.
I would rather take 3 shots of Canadian whiskey in a row than 1 shot of bourbon.
Nah.
Unless it's like a good ass bourbon, like a
You don't really shoot
like
bourbon.
a Boulier. That's what I'm. But you don't really shoot Canadian whiskey either.
But you can because it's
Well,
cheap
you can because we're savages.
You said it, not me.
Barely even human, am I right?
If y'all really want to party, you'd hop on that tequila train.
I know. I need to start thinking.
Fuck that.
I know. I need to get into I can't even
Tequila.
say it, into tequila.
Tequila.
I
Tequila.
after work one day at my new
Tequila
job,
Mockingbird.
I stopped at the bar and my friend's the bartender, the guy that told me about the job. He's the bartender, so he's like trying out some drinks with me, some new drinks.
Rico?
And no, different friend.
One
Shout
I have
out
more than one
Rico.
friend, Jess. I have more than one friend. Okay, I have 2 friends.
Okay.
and one's a bartender. I like the bartender.
But he made me this drink. It's got it's almost like an old fashioned, but it's got 2 100 proof whiskeys, Wild Turkey, and Knob Creek. Some
I
Grand
like both
Marnier.
those whiskeys. Those are good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was delicious as fuck. Some Grand
That's a
Marnier
big
for like a
deal.
little orange twist flavor. And then I don't think he put any sugar in it, but it came with the orange peel.
Do you still put sweet
So-
and sour in it, or what? Which one is that? What do they use?
No,
in
it,
Um,
in a typical
in an
old fashioned, isn't it?
old fashioned.
Typically,
comes with-
bitters.
Yeah,
it's
bitters.
That's right,
smooth,
bitters. Yep, yep.
He did add bitters.
Right.
I forgot the bitters.
and an orange slice.
Yeah,
And
Bottle
a
cherry.
cherry on
I
top.
try it. I try it.
it was good. It
delicious.
was really good, but it fucked me up. And then that's what I started with. And then we started taking shots of tequila.
Well, there's your problem. You can't
Yeah,
mix.
you were mixing.
Once you hit the age of like 28, you can no longer like mix your alcohols.
Well, it was really good, like top shelf tequila. I can't remember what it was called because I blacked out. But
Okay.
yeah, they got it in to try
Something
it.
called Grey
It's a-
Goose.
No, it's tequila, not vodka. I think it was it came in a clear bottle.
A
think it
clear
started with
bottle, huh?
E. It started with an E,
Everclear.
maybe.
It was just
No.
Everclear. It wasn't.
Everclear?
It wasn't actually
Tequila,
Everclear
not
too.
vodka. You guys keep saying vodkas.
Evalon.
Everclear is not vodka.
Not
Everclear
vodka.
is Everclear.
Yeah, Everclear is fucking
Everclear
It's in
is
a
basically
whole
vodka.
fucking like genre of its own.
Flammable liquids.
Yeah. Burn your insides out. This is actually lemonade from Panera. It's agave lemonade.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means.
I'm telling you, tequila in that. Oh,
Girl, yeah.
It would be pretty good to be honest.
I'm a big tequila fan. It's my go-to. I like it. It's
I like it,
fresh,
yeah.
refreshing. It'll fuck you up, and that's what I'm going for. I don't drink
And
for
it's
the
better
flavor,
for you.
Eric, you old man.
I mean,
Michael's taking
if-
right after you. Smoking
fucks you
cigars
up
now on the
instantly.
patio.
I do smoke cigars
He's
now.
in his fucking loafers. I'm like,
Well, he's
what
classy.
have you
I don't
become?
have loafers.
He has
Let's be
loafers.
clear.
Don't lie to the
Michael,
people.
you
Yeah.
smoke cigarettes now?
Cigars.
Cigars.
I've been
Big
smoking
difference.
cigars.
Big.
Oh, thank God. I thought you said cigarettes. I was about to come to fucking Denver and slap you around.
Well, any way to get you out here to visit.
Yeah,
I
I smoke.
I've been smoking a lot of cigarettes, like 3 packs a day. Actually, you should.
It's a real
Oh,
problem.
Jesus Christ.
I have actually been smoking a lot of cigarettes.
Stop it, Eric, or I will
Nice,
fly my
Eric.
ass up to
It's
Grand Rapids.
Too far gone. Too
That's
far
living
gone.
it.
I'm back on the
I kinda
train.
Like that.
It's-
Fully
it's
back on the
seasonal.
train.
Look, as a cook, you almost have to. It's part of the job requirement.
Yeah,
I'll tell
That
you
is
what.
true.
I didn't
I
even
will say
smoke
that.
that much when I was a cook. Like when we moved here and everything, and I would still like bum cigarettes every once in a while. Like
It's
I was
the
like,
only
I
way you
got
get a
to.
break.
Yeah, not only that, but
Yeah.
it's like I gotta like relieve some fucking like. I just need something for like 5
Yeah.
seconds just to like. All right, it's fine.
Well, that's just a deep breath.
There's more than that though, because you need that like
You need the buzz.
you need the
to
buzz
get through
for
it.
Yeah,
You need to forget all about it the next day.
that's right.
And that's what
the
we
line
do
is
best.
already hot, so the blood's already
Mhm.
boiling. So you need to go out, get some fresh air, take a breather.
And nothing
Breather
better
of
than fresh
nicotine.
air than smoking a cigarette, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you're still getting some fresh air outside. You're still outside.
Pop a piece of gum. It's the same thing.
Medical evidence to back that up.
Yes, I'm a doctor. We discussed this.
Yes, my name is Dr. Pepper. Hello.
Folks, comment below. Let us know how we've helped you medically. We are all trained doctors. We're very well educated about all things science. So we just love your input, how we have helped you in your medical journey.
Everybody's dying, bitch.
I'm really sorry, you guys, but I think I'm gonna get a refill and take a picture of my cat.
Guys, we gotta pause.
All right, hold up.
Real cute moment happening. I can't miss it.
No,
That's
but
valid.
seriously,
That's
it
valid.
is. She's sleeping in the couch crack right now.
She's in the crevice.
Yeah, it is so cute.
The crevice.
Yes.
I do need a
Yeah,
I
get
do
that
need a
pic.
refill though. Okay, I'm gonna go get it. I'll be back.
I'm gonna get one too.
All right.
Wow.
Do
we're
you need
starting
one,
to really-
Cassandra?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
I'm
go.
still. I mean, if you want to fill me up, I'll talk to the people.
You gonna give more medical advice?
All the medical advice. Also, Eric usually takes like 5 seconds, so
That's because he's in a undisclosed location still.
undisclosed. All right, y'all. Now it's just me and you. Listen. Sometimes champions are meant to come back from adversity. So expect Kamaru Usman to beat the shit out of Leon Edwards in their next fight. There you go.
I heard Leon
What's up?
Edwards, and I didn't watch the fight, but I saw the knockout.
Dude. Okay, the knockout doesn't tell the story.
I know, I heard he was getting his ass whooped the entire time.
I wouldn't say ass whooped, but Kamaru won every round other than round 1. And this was round 5, so he was up 3 rounds to 1. Literally was also winning round 5. 52 seconds to go. Leon Edwards throws the perfect feint, and Usman slips and didn't fucking cover his face and just head kick, as Leon Edwards put it, headshot bang. I mean, he was out right away. As soon I woke Cassandra up. Cassandra was sleeping on the couch. I literally it took me like a full second, maybe 2 seconds to like realize what just happened. And once I realized what happened, I lost my shit. Like,
Was his eyes still open? All the videos.
oh yeah, his eyes were open and just like there was nothing there. My God, dude.
Did someone lose their eyeballs?
No.
He got knocked out.
Motherfucker got knocked out. Thank
Yeah. Mama said knock you out.
Yeah, that was it was crazy. Yeah. Honestly, wasn't a fantastic card, and that made the card very special. Even though I'm actually a little upset, just because I like Kamaru Usman and I wanted to see him versus Hamzat next, but now we're gonna have to see another Leon Edwards fight. Not that I don't like Leon Edwards.
Folks, if you want more info on the fights, check out Michael's podcast. He does have one that talks about the fights every week.
I honestly would love that.
Keep dreaming.
If I could get my friend Roy to actually spend time to record and do it,
Roy?
I'd do it. Yeah.
We're talking to you, man.
Talking to you. You're
Let's
probably
go.
not watching. You're probably just watching your kids. But
Roy, you've been
Wow,
called.
priorities. Okay.
yeah, he's got a family.
Well, me and you could do it, and you can argue good points, and I just don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, see, that's
Make
my
for good
point.
comedy.
I want it to be fun. Like I want to like have debate and like.
Michael's way too serious about
That's
it.
the thing is like
This is
fucking.
not a joking matter, Eric.
I mean, yeah, I can get Michael riled up. Even when I don't know what I'm talking, especially when I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because then motherfuckers
That's
gotta be
easy
learnt.
enough.
I'm gonna learn you today.
I'd like to see that, Michael. I'd like to see you learn. I'd like to see that.
I know all about it, Eric. What are you talking about?
And
All
also,
right, drop in the comments your shit about Mike, and then we'll go from there.
I want to
Drop it
hear
down.
it. Tell me.
Also,
I can accept criticism.
folks, be on the lookout. Check our Instagram. Check our Facebook. We will be posting that Crevice cat, so be on the lookout.
Yeah, Crevice Cat. Hashtag Crevice Cat. Maybe the name of the episode?
I actually think I'm gonna have to retake the Polaroid I took because you.
Polaroid?
I mean-
What year is this?
I took a Polaroid, but she's black, so I gotta retake.
Wow, that's
retake it 'cause
racist,
you can't see
dude.
her.
You can't see her.
It's a dark blue couch with a black cat.
Pop the flash on.
I didn't
Easy
think about
peasy.
that. Yeah, but I will post that pic though of her because she is that cute. And you know what? I'll make it so artsy fartsy. It'll be black and white.
Oh, shit.
And like...
It'll be black and white, so you
Glamour
still
shots?
can't see the cat. Come on, Jess.
Yeah. And she loves my Bill Murray pillow.
Oh, who would love that?
I
Bill
know,
Murray
right?
seems like a
Who
pretty
wouldn't
cool dude.
love Bill Murray?
It's Bill fucking Murray.
Yeah,
That's what I always think whenever I hear Bill Murray. Woody Allen freaking out in Zombieland.
And Bill's just like, yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, that's me. And he's like just in his zombie makeup. So good. So good.
Oh, I can't do black and white. She's too black.
Wow, dude. Eric is right there, dude.
Well, she's a black cat. Oh no, this is quite tasteful, right?
Tasteful. Not tasty. That is fucking
That's tasty.
cute.
Yeah.
She's got black beans too.
She got black what?
Her feet. She's got black beans. I love her so much. Crevice cat?
That's right. Hashtag.
Crevice cat.
Crevice cat.
Did you guys ever
That
watch that YouTube video? I think it was a viral video. It was Spaghetti Cat.
No.
No.
What was that
I just
about?
remember Piano Cat.
It might have been similar.
Keyboard cat.
Keyboard Cat, that's what it was.
Keyboard cat's the fucking best. Don't even.
I mean, cats
R.I.P.
do have, a big stock on the internet. So
That's true.
they are number one when it comes to that.
I am definitely trying to make that happen. I mean, she's gonna be my star. Okay, I'm gonna live through her.
I mean, she already
Okay.
is. She's
We're gonna put her in pageants. We're gonna put her in.
You gotta
beauty
start her
queens.
young.
That's right.
How do you spell crevice?
Just like it sounds.
Crevice? Is that how you spell it?
No, it's I-C.
Is it I-C?
Okay.
Crevice.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Crevice.
Smart. Crevice.
Mm.
Okay, thank you.
Is that correct?
That
I
was-
really don't know, but it's all
I
about the
think-
confidence, people.
Crevice. Well, the hashtag has less than 100 posts.
It's still
So maybe
pretty
it's-
good. A lot of people have
Still pretty
crevice
good.
cats.
Crevice Cats.
No,
We're
that's
gonna-
how you spell it, Cassandra. You are 110% right. Right.
See,
Don't
I
ever doubt
gotta
yourself,
believe
okay?
in myself.
Exactly. Love
I think
that.
I would when I was younger, people would like ask me a question, and my answer would be usually the correct answer, but I would always be so doubtful because I didn't want. Because what happened was I told someone one time an answer, and it ended up being wrong. They came back and they were like, "Oh, you told me the wrong thing." So ever since then, I'm like,
That was
"Oh, I think it's this," but like I don't know. I don't know though. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. Like I don't know. It might not be. It's really strange. So now I have no confidence in my knowledge, and it's sad. It's sad. But we're working on it. We'll get there.
Here's what you got to
Crevice was
do.
correct.
sharing that.
You just you gotta say things ironically confident, but it sounds actually confident.
Yeah, I'm not really good at the irony thing.
Do you think
But
my
I am-
dishwasher would clean my bong?
It's gonna
Ooh,
fuck up
like-
your dishwasher.
Yeah, it's gonna gunk it up.
Get all done.
Okay, thank you.
You're gonna start eating resin.
Yep.
Give it a whirl though. I mean, people throw shoes in there. They throw hats. They throw all kinds of shit.
Oh my god, are you serious? They throw
Oh, yeah.
shoes in
Oh yeah.
there? Okay, I'll try it. That's awesome.
So, anything interesting happened to anybody in the last week?
No, pretty mundane life.
Feel that.
I went to temple.
Gross.
Do tell.
But talk about it.
What did we... Well, I wanted to try going to a Jewish temple, so I went last Saturday.
And they were like,
To-
"Is your mom a Jew?" Like as soon as
No,
you
they-
walked in, right? That's what they asked. Like, "Is your mom
No,
Jewish?"
that's... No.
You gotta
They
show
asked me
your-
if I was vaccinated, and I said yes.
You said yes, but they didn't ask for your card.
Correct. I didn't have my card either because it's in my other purse. But I went to service, and service was pretty okay. There wasn't any like inspiring sermon, but it was still interesting to read the prayers, and say the prayers. So that was fun. I liked it, and it's in the only Gothic building. Like it's the only Gothic Jewish temple in America.
That's cool.
And
My
it's
favorite thing
Absolutely gorgeous.
about religious buildings, they are some of the most beautiful buildings and architecture ever. Temples,
Right?
churches, mosques. I mean, they are
Yeah.
so stunning. And it, as much as I do not like religion, they're buildings.
Yet they're so restricted.
It's
when it
because
comes
they were
to the
built by
arts.
slaves. Slaves
That's
do good
true.
work.
That's true. When you've got somebody trying, threatening to kill you if you don't do a great job, you're probably going to do an all right job.
And then they'll kill you anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And sell
Yeah,
your
win,
babies.
win.
It was-
And sell your
it
babies.
was-
So
yeah.
it's great.
So yeah, that was
But
that was a cool thing.
they do
that
good
happened
work.
to me.
That's right.
That was fun. I lost my pen, and I thought that I had lost my pen in the place is called Mikveh Israel, and I thought I lost my weed pen at Mikveh Israel, and I was like, oh god, I'm never gonna be able to go back again. They'll know me as the weed girl. Yeah,
Nothing to be ashamed of there.
yeah. I'm gonna text you guys pictures of the building because it's really pretty.
Yeah.
I don't think I was allowed to take pictures inside, but I took some on the outside.
Yeah,
Just
we'll pop
again,
those on the
really-
docket. Folks,
really,
be on the
really-
lookout.
You gonna pop it on the docket? It's really, really pretty, and it's in one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in Savannah. So, I enjoyed it.
Beautiful neighborhoods.
Yeah, it's right across like the street, or right across the square from the
Oh, wow, yeah,
Mercer
That's a
House.
really good picture.
That's a great
We're
shot.
posting it. Folks, be on the lookout.
Well, thanks, guys. Thank
Beautiful.
you. Oh my god.
So son
Well,
is
The
just
two
blessing
small
this building.
trees that clearly were planted like 5 years ago on each side.
I know it's a terrible picture. Sorry,
No.
guys, but
I'm
I'll
saying
get a
that
better
the
one.
trees are small. That's all. That was my only
No,
comment.
it's the most perfect picture.
No, it's
I
great.
have to
Good
say,
lines.
it's very well
Really?
framed. The sun is so beautiful
Yeah.
with the rays. It's up.
No, it's good.
It's
It's a good shot.
magnificent. Magnificent.
Eric, talk shit about it.
I've got a few critique points. I've got a few.
I know it's not centered. Okay?
Well, you can center it real quick. You know, that's why we got that edit. You know.
But yeah, that was what I did. I've never done that before. It's a lot of sitting and standing and sitting and standing.
That sounds like Catholicism.
Well, it wasn't, and it was only an hour long. So
Okay, it wasn't Catholicism.
I think I'm gonna go again on Saturday and just continue to go until I don't like it.
What are you?
That's great.
Do you feel like you're getting something out of it?
Not yet, but I think I will.
I mean, I think it's fair to give it, another shot or two and see if you actually do feel something from it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, again, I didn't walk away spiritually enlightened or feeling any different.
did you expect to?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a red flag.
Because every Christian service I go to, I'm always thinking about things. Or it makes me think about things.
Oh, really? Because I just laughed the whole time.
Well,
I try to squeeze a nap in if I can.
But there's at least a teaching moment. I mean, at this service, I didn't really see a teaching moment. I guess they were really harking on love and love between marriages and how it's not just a contract, but there should also be love involved, and how women have a lot more power in the relationship than they think. And, Jewish marriages should be about support and obviously God and love. And I was like, okay, I respect that. I respect that.
Dive into this topic because I have opinions. First of
What?
all, it's interesting to me how much people believe, and again, this is my subjective beliefs and opinions. I find it odd that people believe marriage is a religious thing, because to me it's very much a government thing, very much of the law. It's legal, right?
Well, that's
the legal,
where all that
binding
stems from.
Contract, and
Yeah.
yes, it is part of religious beliefs, but I don't know, man. I have a lot of qualms with marriage in every aspect. I just don't understand it. I really
You don't
can't
have to take part of
understand
it.
Right?
Or
No,
not.
I'm not
Take
saying
part
that.
of
I'm
it
just
and
saying,
still worship.
I'm just so curious about why it's such a big facet of our society.
Because it's about having children and passing along and to keep,
But so many people have
humans alive.
children outside of marriage. So many people are single parents. So many people don't have that experience. So to
That's
me,
not
it's
even how
such a
marriage
false-
started off originally either. It was just
Right.
contractual and
Right, exactly.
You marry my daughter, and you can have some of my land.
Oh, I didn't mean that he was talking about the now. That's not what I meant. I meant traditionally, back in the day, marriage was a contract, yes, but it was also supposed to be about, half love, half contract.
no, love didn't matter.
Kinda
They
how-
didn't give a
That's not how
shit
it was,
if you loved the
though.
person.
Yeah, a lot of times it was a fucking just
Well-
a father going, "Hey, you have to marry this guy."
And he's like, okay,
Well,
give me
in
your
some
hottest
Jewish
daughter.
traditions, it wasn't like that. So that's
In Catholicism,
What he
it
was
was very
saying.
much about having children and procreating. That's
Yeah.
the sole reason for marriage. Is in fact, to this day, I have cousins who had to go through. If you want to get married in the church, you have to go through this. My brother had to do this because he got married in the church.
class.
A class you have to go to, almost this weird marriage counseling with a priest, and you have to basically commit to
That's
having
not just
children.
a Catholicism thing. That
Well, I'm not.
happens-
I guess I don't know, but I'm only familiar with that religious side of things. I just think that is crazy.
No. What I'm
though.
saying, it's not just Catholicism that does that. Like other religions too, like non-denominational does that. Jewish does that.
So the whole point
it's
in these
it's
religious
crazy.
contexts seems to be to have children, and not only to have children, but to raise them in the Catholic faith, in the Jewish faith, whichever faith you are.
Cult.
Right, dude?
I mean, yeah.
I'm telling you.
It's
what
all-
the fuck are we doing, you guys? People are not thinking this through.
People don't think.
No critical thinking.
And that's the thing is they want the answers, so they seek it. But the only way for a lot of people to seek those answers is through a religion. So then they join this religion because they're like, well, this religion is telling me that these are the reasons why I'm here, and that I need to serve this God, this entity, whatever that case is. Like,
which is the exact definition, I feel like, of a cult. Right?
That's exactly what it is.
Fear people into believing this thing and make them part of your organization.
Right.
I grew up in an actual cult. For real.
I mean, that's why you're a cult leader.
Woo! Give it to us, Eric. Lay it out.
It sucked.
Yeah, but did you actually read the one?
That's all he has to say.
Yeah, every Sunday. I got my own copy every week.
Did you knock on doors with your parents?
No, I didn't do that. My mom didn't start doing that until after I was out of it. But she does it. Not anymore since COVID. But she did do it.
It is crazy how religions are very culty. I have a friend from work who grew up in the Christian Science religion to the point where they don't believe in medicine. They don't believe in modern medicine.
Mm-hmm.
She actually developed, I'm not exactly sure, I might be totally botching this, but I want to say she had diabetes and didn't know until later in her life, and caused a lot of complications because she never got true medical attention. It was always pray it away, just say a prayer and you'll be saved. And so hearing that and that experience that she had, I was like, holy shit, dude, that's fucking insane.
Wild to think that you can say, oh, there's this great almighty person in the sky or being in the sky, and they're making sure that we are able to survive and live, but yet not use the things that entity could have provided us with modern medicine. You know what I mean? They're not if you're honestly in that realm of thinking, it doesn't make sense to me, because what you're saying is, oh, well, this is just man-made. God wouldn't give us the tools to actually survive this thing. That's what you're really saying. And that's, to me, more fucked up.
What they're really saying is I can't trust that type of human because they're not part of my tribe. That's what they're really saying.
No, I think what they're saying is I'm going to use this thing as a weapon to force people to conform to my ideas and philosophies.
It's a control tactic based on fear-mongering, which is kind of like the government.
I mean, it's exactly like the government.
I mean, shit, there's fucking politicians who want to... I won't even speak her goddamn name, but there's a Colorado fucking politician, it's one of our fucking districts. It fucking sucks. And she is absolutely ass out of her head, dude. I don't even know what that means, but she's fucking insane. She doesn't believe in separation of church and state. She thinks that the church should be governing the country. What the actual fuck? That is absolutely against the Constitution. And yet, these fucking people think that they're gonna, I don't know, fucking get this whole country into a weird cult of gun-loving, racist, homophobic, fucking Christian motherfuckers. It is absolutely terrifying.
It's the Taliban.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, I think, you look at both sides, and the extremes on both sides is fucking crazy, you know, because you basically got the extremist left calling for, you know, communism and Marxism types of things.
Yeah.
And then you have conservatives who want, you know, extreme conservatives specifically, who don't want
Theocracy.
separation of, yeah, exactly, they want theocracy. You know, no separation of church and state, and what the church says goes. And both are absolutely insane. And I think most people can realize that we are all from different, you know, backgrounds, and that's what makes this country great, is that we all have different backgrounds and experiences, and that we can, you know, typically, obviously recent times not so much, but typically
Make America great again.
yeah,
2024.
you know, I think typically we at least come to some sort of common ground or terms, but obviously right now we're in different times. We're in different times for sure.
See, I blame the internet. I feel like the internet has been corrupted, if you will.
Do you think
So
it's
everything
been more detrimental than good?
Yeah, I do. 100% I do. But yeah, our information, everything we see is just the extreme sides of everything. So everyone feels like
That's
everything
what
is so
clicks.
extreme. Yeah, that's what
Not
clicks.
only that, I mean, yeah, clickbait, right? But not only that, it's destroying our ability for critical thinking. And now they're stripping away all these educational things that we should be incorporated in schools, making it like literally.
They're banning books.
Yeah, dude. Literally trying to create a fucking society of idiots who are conforming to what the government wants. That, to me, is...
Oh my God, it's Ray Bradbury all over
Yeah,
again.
that's the
Fuck,
biggest
dude.
irony. Like, that book is one of the banned books. Talking
Right,
about
of
banning
course.
books.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. People are so fucking dumb. They're not dumb because they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
But-
they know they're trying to control people into their way of thinking.
But the followers are dumb. That's the thing. Is yes, you're right in that the people who are leading it aren't stupid because
You're right,
they
yes.
know what they're fucking doing. But the followers are just blindly going, "Oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm a Christian person. I like guns. Cool.
Right.
Hey, guess what? You can be Christian and like guns and realize these people are still trying to fuck with you."
It's the same with abortion, dude. Like, everyone wants to mask abortion as this religious fucking issue of, like, don't fucking kill babies, save lives.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude. This has always
Religion
been
has
a
no
fucking
place.
Cult. No, it doesn't. And yet, for some reason, we have a real fucking misunderstanding in this country of that.
Like,
And
I don't
yet,
care
Those are the same
if
people
you-
who say that they're fighting for our freedom. Yet they're always just restricting, and they want us to fucking conform to their ideologies. And it's the same on the left. Like, I'm not, like, look, I'm not even going to start on what I think about the left right now, because it's easy.
No, I agree.
Right?
Both sides
But
are
both sides
fucking
are
ridiculous.
Fucking ridiculous. And it hurt. It upsets me more because I feel more akin to the left. But then I see the things that they say, or some of the things that they like try and promote,
Wait,
and I'm like,
what?
I can't fucking get behind that shit.
Yeah, same. So I don't know.
I think it's a
I'm
cause
tapping
and
out.
effect.
I quit.
I think it's a cause and effect because I think the left got way more extreme because of how extreme the right became. And because of that, they started developing all of this crazy shit with the fucking cancel culture and PC shit. Like, that was their, and maybe I'm wrong, this is just my own theory. I think that was a response to the insane, like, programming that the right wants to instigate and wants to put in place in our country. So the left, to retaliate, was like, oh, you want to go extreme? We'll fucking go extreme.
Well, the right has
It's all
always
started
been trying to
with
do
Trump,
that.
all right?
Right.
The right has always
Well,
been trying to do that and push those programs, but the left going extreme is what gave the right the means to pass this shit and make this shit actually happen.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you asked specifically, Jess. One thing in particular is, I mean, abolishing police.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
yeah.
that's just crazy talk. Like, you can't just abolish a police system. You know what I mean? Like, look, I understand that racial inequality across all boards, obviously, in America is very relevant, but especially when it comes to
Eric, what is happening?
wrongful accusations and people getting shot, without even having a weapon themselves. Um, obviously it's tragic, but without a police system, it's just chaos. I mean, look at Seattle the last few years and everything. Like they haven't had great control. Portland hasn't had great control of like their populations, and and they haven't even abolished police. It's just they've restricted them so much that they're not allowed to do things that you know they need to necessarily to kind of help and like make things calm down a bit. Like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it the best way, but abolishing
Totally
police is
agree.
not an answer to police brutality.
I mean, it could be
is
the answer
educating
if they had another system set in place. Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm
But
I
much
mean-
more for defunding the police than abolishing police
Yeah.
because that way you distribute funds to necessary programs that can help. You know, you have
yeah,
more
those extra funds for the police are going to Corvette,
exactly
Sheriff
I
Department,
agree. I agree.
cruisers.
And the
in-house. Yeah.
demilitarization of police definitely needs to be a thing. But yeah, abolishing is crazy. Or thinking I don't know, just thinking that without police things will be better, as if chaos doesn't
Police keep
ensue the
us
second
safe.
mom and dad aren't home. You know what I mean? Like
Not all
with
of
your
us,
siblings.
but yes.
Exactly. I mean, for the most part, they do. Do they fuck up every once in a while? Absolutely. A lot of people fuck up at their
Right,
jobs.
right.
But
You know.
there are groups of people that feel
Right.
less safe when
I was
they're
just-
around.
I agree.
think there's a different experience for different types of cultures, and it's easy to just be like, oh yeah, we
Right.
feel safe because the cops are around, but that's not always the case for other groups of people.
I'm
Other
still
groups of
nervous
people-
when there's a cop.
Yeah, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just people get profiled all the time, especially black people. Like,
Well, and that's
If
what
you're-
I'm saying.
I mean,
Like, have you ever been nervous for your life around cops? Like,
I constantly
genuinely
think-
scared.
I think of the SNL sketch where it's the Amazon Go stores, right? And it's so great. You can just all you need is I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it's a sketch about these Amazon Go stores where all you have to do is like swipe
Oh,
your card,
yeah.
almost like a Subway, right? You swipe your card to get entry, and then you just pick up whatever you want, and it's all digital through an app, and they charge you through the app, and you pay through the app. So there's no cashier, there's nothing. You just take stuff and you leave. And they do the sketch, and it's all the black people are like, "What is this? Like, this is it's a trap. It's a trap. This is a trap. Like, no, this isn't." And that to me is so like eye-opening that we have such fucking different experiences, and it's so hard to understand one another's experiences because obviously we can't, right? Like we're only living our subjective selves, right? But like to be able to have some ounce of empathy or sympathy rather to be like, oh, that yeah, I guess I could see how that might be a little different. Like not everyone has that. Not everyone can see that. They're just like, no, that's not how it is because that's not my experience. People don't have like the understanding of how subjective every person's experience is. Nobody has the same life experience. Everyone has, but when it comes to a collective group, right, that can be a little more pinpointed, I think, especially in our society with our history in this country. I just think I don't know, it's just crazy that people just don't, they're not able to see the other side. It's similar to the brunch situation, right? People that have never worked in customer service, people that have never worked in a restaurant, have
Full
no
circle, folks.
fucking idea how it works on the other side, how stressful it can be, how mentally, like, exhausting it can be, like, you just don't understand it until you've lived it.
Mm-hmm.
However, even if you don't have that experience, because it's kind of impossible to know what it's like to be black in America, what it's like to be an immigrant in America. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. You just have to try. You have to try. It goes back to the critical thinking. Try to put yourself in that person's shoes. Try to think of how it could be if your life was different, just based on one factor. How would you navigate the world you're in? How would you navigate your day to day? Very fucking different. But it's so hard for people to think that way, to think critically, to be that creative in your thinking, to try and understand a different emotion or perspective. Like,
Do you think it's possible to be like
I've never had the
overly
chance.
critically think? Like to critically think too hard?
I think overthinking is definitely a thing, but like, what do you? Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think?
Like you think these things like, well, I can never understand this person's experience, and because of that, like you just believe everything that they say. Like, well, I believe your experience, and that like that person becomes the epitome of that group, essentially, kind of. Like you overthink, you overcritical think to the point of not thinking.
I mean, yeah, look at all the people with QAnon. Like that's a giant thing that people still believe today.
What about conspiracies in general?
Yeah, just
right?
conspiracy in general.
That's what you're saying in a nutshell. That's complete over analyzing, overthinking.
But the shitty thing about conspiracy theories is that some of them are true.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
So it's a weird balance because you kind of need that, right? You need that for accountability, but at the same time, I mean, think of the detective shows, right? Where it's like this crazy detective. Everyone thinks they're crazy. They have no time for anything but this case, right? They're so obsessed with this case, but they have to be because they're the ones who are going to solve this case, right? And obviously that's fiction, but it's kind of similar. Like we just, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. That was a hefty burp.
Sorry. It really.
Wow. I mean, that was a wild ride we just went on. That's a heavy fat Sunday.
But I mean, it makes. I feel like what we talked about made sense. It's some heavy content. It's not too hot.
That's what we do here.
Just, I like it that we just question. We question it. We question each other, and that is what critical thinking is.
I mean, when you think about it, people on the left and the right, we're all concerned about the same things. Like we're.
But
all
we
concerned.
focus on the things that we're different on.
Not only that, but mainly what it is we just disagree on what we should do about said things. And right now, it's a time where it's really about, dig in your heels and, don't compromise, because if you compromise, then you're losing. And that's not true. Like you can come to a compromise and everybody wins, or maybe you don't win some areas that you thought would help, but maybe things are slightly better. And isn't that better than just staying stagnant and everybody just being pissed off? Those dogs are really going at it back there, man.
Yeah, we have dog fights. Everyone's
yeah.
I think there's something with our political system in this country that is obviously very corrupt, and we need to change that in order to see changes in daily lives and, the states and cities and counties and all of that. I think that a lot of politicians just play with us as puppets, and, they just get to be like, oh, we're going to change this for you, and we're going to do this, but it's all lobbying, right? Like, there's so many there's so much lobbying going on, which is a big problem because it's all about back scratching. It's all about what do I actually want as an individual versus, it's all about getting your plate at the table. It's about getting your tenure in the government. Like if I get this, if you become, I mean, shit, look at the fucking, Supreme Court. You get on that shit and you're there for life, for the most part, unless you want to retire. But who wants to retire when you have it fucking made? And you get to decide a lot of fucking decisions for every single individual in this country. It's just really crazy, our, political system, our government, how it's set up, the term limits that we have, or rather lack thereof. It's really crazy how we operate as a country. I think that's the biggest issue we have. That's why we're so divided, because these people mess with us because they don't give a shit about their fucking local communities. Nobody fucking cares. All they care about is their fucking honeypot at the end of the day. What they get out of it, their reward, their paycheck, their fucking, status, power, connections, all of that shit, They don't give a shit about, local fucking county fucking shit. No, not at all. Even the people in the states, as your governor or senator, they don't fucking give a shit. They do not give a shit. They're all in it for their own benefit, their own gain, their own power, their political influence, their general influence, just their status in society, their paycheck, like all of that. That is what we need to focus on changing. And I'm not saying like anarchy is the answer. I'm not saying destroy it all. I'm saying that there are things that we can do today to put in place to help make it, one, less of an appealing thing to be a government official. Like, you shouldn't get paid a shit ton of money to do the shit that you're doing. Obviously, you need money to do what you need to do, for sure. But
well, they get a certain salary, but they get money from like corporations too, and then they're bought.
That's what I'm saying. That's part of the lobbying. Like there needs to be term limits, like actual strict term limits for shit outside of the presidency. Like there needs to be, more input of the people, because that's not the case. It's fucking rigged, dude. It's always been fucking rigged. Thank you.
All right, I have a question. If you could change one single thing that would cause like a domino effect and that would fix everything, what one thing would you change? And this is for everyone.
Can you ask it one more time? You kind of cut out a bit on our end.
If you could change one thing, and that one thing you changed would have a domino effect that would fix everything, what one thing would you change?
That's so specific.
What's funny is I thought of that as a joke.
Yeah, but he was doing...
I mean, things were already corrupt before that, though.
I would say...
That's why he got assassinated.
I'll say Nixon presidency. Obviously, things were fucked up before that, but Nixon really fucked a lot of things up.
It does.
My answer would be not anything like those. I would like to change how... I don't know quite how to word this, but I want to make it so that you can see if every post that you see on social media can be verified as fact or fiction. I think that if you could actually see like a little green check mark on a post to be like, oh yeah, this is true, or like, oh, this is fucking bullshit, or oh, this might lean towards this bias or that bias, because let's be honest, all news outlets have a bias, right? There's no objective news source necessarily. There's some that get close, but not entirely, right? So I think having some sort of distinction between, especially on social media, I think that would make a difference between all of the broader opinions that Americans have, at least. Maybe even worldly, I don't know.
I think the problem with that, though, is that I mean, right now you can go on the internet and you can get, verified things that are, from people who who are highly credentialed and all that, and people still go, I don't trust the source. Even if it had that check mark, people would go, I don't trust the people who are fact checking.
Everything's a conspiracy.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
It's a conspiracy.
Right. I mean, because they kind of did that with like COVID at the beginning. Like, oh, this is
I gotta say this though. I feel like the extremists are blown out of proportion, and
definitely that's what makes clicks. We talked about it.
While they are obviously very influential, they're not the majority of the population. They just aren't. The majority of the population is very middle, is very average, is very much like trying to be reasonable with all of these topics that are tough to talk about and tough to come to solutions to. But I think that the majority of people would be able to accept that. Of course, there's still going to be outliers who are, extreme.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier,
That's
that the
because
media just
average
focuses
is
on the
boring.
extremes of everything.
Right.
And most people aren't that, but
Because media
that's whatever.
is biased.
That's what
All media
everyone's
outlets
seeing,
are
though. So
biased.
it turns the average person into this like extreme mindset because everything you're seeing is extreme. So it's like, well,
Build a wall.
yeah, we got to protect our borders when the borders aren't even really an issue. Or
That was so
I
sexual
think
to me.
that
Build the wall.
because of social media and because of
No planes.
the
airplanes.
and because of the certain landscape that we are in today,
Build the wall,
I
Michael. Okay.
kind of lost my train of thought.
Malaysia.
Trump 2024.
I think that people crave drama, and people crave.
It's not. Michael, it's not drama.
Insanity. People like watching that shit. Hold on, you're not letting me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. Back before social media and everything, what did people do? They mostly sat around and like watch TV. They would get that insanity from and drama from different TV shows and things. And yes, we have streaming and things like that now, and you can still get that. But you're on your phone way more than you're watching
Michael,
Netflix.
It's not.
True or false?
Exactly.
I'm on my phone while I'm watching Netflix.
Crave.
Exactly my point. So you're not getting your
craving drama.
You're telling me you don't crave
in any shape or form
drama.
So it can be drama, but it can also be comedic, and it can be drama, tragic. But I wouldn't call it drama. It's way more than that.
I mean, when it comes to politics and things of that nature, I think it
still falls under the same umbrella
than it is thrilling or comedic or any other adjective. But my point is, people now go there, and instead of critically thinking about it, they just go, "Well, this must be right," and then they have to put in their 2 cents on everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
People didn't have a comment section in 1992
because you can teach yourself Yeah, you can teach yourself how to think differently easier. You really think that incels? Yeah,
I feel like faux critical thinking has increased. Right? People that think that they're critical thinking, but they're really just using common sense, not actual critical thinking. I don't know. Critical thinking is being able to also admit that your thinking is wrong.
Well,
and most people can't do that. Yeah.
How to think how they want. And I think that before then, it was kind of like, this is what the media and government are telling you to think. So, do it.
Well, they're still getting their ideas from the media, but they've got a platform to promote their wrong ideas now.
Idiots idiots bounce off of each other.
That's ideally they can bounce off each other, but that's not.
They already were doing that though. Like CNN, Fox News, they've been in this feud for fucking years. Like it's the same thing. Like, oh, CNN says one thing, Fox News says the other thing.
Yeah, but
then you
I
just
don't-
go and
I
believe
don't
whatever the
think
fuck you want. You know,
people
it's like
But they're both owned by the
breaking
same
entertainment.
person.
You know, I'll
really
agree in
were
that
able
they're.
to separate those thoughts
Go ahead.
as well as they can now.
I don't agree with that
I
at all.
disagree. I feel like people are
Maybe
more
more
influenced now.
influence
Yeah, I think there's
And-
way less
a
self-awareness.
bad direction because, like a cult, they know how to get you and they know how to make you stay.
Yeah, majority of my family members watch those news stations, those news talk shows, stations all day. Like they just turn it on and it's on all day. And they're just listening to this bullshit all day long.
And you know what we do? We scroll and we follow these same types of people on all of our socials, and we like to believe that we are so much different.
I mean, no,
Our
we're
generation. I'm not saying
we're
us specifically. I'm
just
saying
the other
our
side of the
generation.
coin.
Exactly.
Like they're getting
doing the same thing.
they're getting
just using a different
overconsumption,
avenue.
and we're getting like a partial story. We're getting the partial story, and they're just over consuming the story.
Left, right,
But it's the same coin.
blue, purple.
Sinner. It doesn't
Up,
matter.
down.
You know why? You know why it doesn't matter?
Everybody's dying, bitch.
And it doesn't.
Where do you even
matter
go to
when
get
your heart
unbiased news?
Yeah,
I
was
mean,
just about to
the
say.
closest I get to probably like BBC, just
At least
because
the
it's
Onion's
like
true.
The Onion.
The Onion, pretty good news source.
Yeah, pretty good, but pretty biased.
Yeah,
Oh, mouse.
they're pretty biased to the human condition.
Yeah, I mean, being a human sucks, and I really hate it, and I never want to do it again.
Yeah, for real.
Well,
I don't-
joke's on you, because reincarnation's a thing,
I want to
bitch.
come back
I
as
don't even want
a
to
house
come
cat.
back as something else because I'll probably just get eaten then.
I mean, in a grand scheme of things, being a human isn't that bad. It's just we came in at a bad time.
Yeah.
But we didn't come in at the worst time.
And I
Like,
don't
Yeah,
at least
we didn't come in
have
at the worst.
technology. You know,
Yeah.
we have toilets. That's cool.
And
It's
we don't
still a
have
pretty
bad
good
plague.
time to
Yeah,
be
we
alive.
have toilet paper.
That's true, Eric. You're right.
So far.
We're in the best
Yeah.
time of humanity.
We've got
That's
Bluetooth
definitely
and
true.
Right?
Right. I can play video
Online
games with somebody
gaming
in
is a
Japan.
thing.
I can
Pretty
watch
cool.
Netflix
Yeah, right?
in my Tesla
I like how
and
we
not
said that at
have
the same
to drive to
Yeah.
work.
time.
I
We're
can.
also in a developed country, so there's that. There are some people who it seems like they're living in the past compared to us.
I mean,
in this world today, in
there's
2022,
indigenous people still.
there's people that do not have,
Don't even know what electricity is.
Yeah. They shit in the streets.
I saw a
They let the
picture.
rainwater wash it away. They got disease.
I mean, that's just India.
I saw a picture of a.
It's not just India. There's plenty of places.
I saw a picture of a tribe. It
Well.
was like a drone was above this tribe, and they were like staring up and like looking at this drone and like pointing at it, and it looked like they were out of some sort of movie about Native Americans or some sort of Native people, and it was just like holy shit! Like yeah, those people still exist today. It's hard to believe that, and it's easy for us to like, basically we're complaining about all of these things that like make our lives seemingly unfair, but like
Getting water.
they're just having to worry
Yeah.
about like fucking tigers and shit hunting them and them having to find water and there's like 100 people maybe in the tribe, so
But their simplistic lifestyle awards them happiness. I
Does
feel
it?
like you see. Well, I feel like there's a lot of instances that I hear about, like stories of people visiting these villages, and these people are incredibly happy. They're incredibly joyful people. They they just really indulge in the simplest of things, and that gives them the most like intense joy, and that's something
It's because
that
they're free.
that's what I'm saying. Like
They're
don't
truly free.
they don't
Yeah,
have
they're
all the
born free.
complications of what our civil society gives us. While yes, it's convenient, it's also a lot of fucking bullshit we have to deal with all the time.
Yeah,
It
you're
doesn't make
born
sense
and there's
as
this
humans.
whole set of rules you have to follow that you don't even like.
That don't
You
even
don't even
make
know how to think
sense.
yet.
Because we're spiritual beings, and we have created this very non-spiritual lifestyle in society.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so insane. Like money, like we're so obsessed with money because we're capitalists, and so but money's fucking fake and imaginary and not real. And also, at the end of the day, you die anyway. Who cares about your fucking money? It's not going with you anywhere. Like, why are we so fucking obsessed with this idea? You know?
We camp for fun.
I mean, yeah.
It's
We
because
camp
it's
for
a measure. It's a measure of your value while you're here. Like, oh yeah, when I was on Earth, I was
because
a
that's
billionaire.
what we decided. We decided what constitutes.
I didn't
your
decide
value.
that.
No,
I never decided
we
that.
as a fucking human species, bitch. You know what I'm saying? We as a human species decided money.
I never decided that
you know,
either. Like, I just got thrown into the human species, and I never got a say in it.
Like,
I never got a say in that
You
either.
know what, Jesus Christ? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of your fucking holy nature. Get out of here.
Look,
I'm just saying, I had no say in any of
but
this.
I still live in this world, and I can understand that my species has done this to, my ancestors, basically. Our ancestors have all led to this fucking time where now we're dealing with this world where money is the root of all evil, yet at the same time, if we don't have it, you're fucked.
I'm just saying it's time
Here's
to
my
rewrite
pen.
the social contract. It's about time, right? Like, it's about time.
I'll give you a goat, all right? I'll give you a goat. You
the
give
barter
me
system?
some cattle. I don't know how it works. It definitely
Folks,
wasn't
join
how it
us
worked.
next week. We will be doing goat sacrifices
Order
for the new order that will be America someday.
Right? I don't.
Well, with that,
Are we doing some final
can do-
thoughts?
we can
Where
do
are
some
we? I don't even know where we're at on time here.
I think that's where we're at.
We're about there.
All right. Jess is going to do final thoughts. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear my name.
Jess.
What?
Just wanna
What's
hang
that?
out.
Final thoughts? Fine.
You
Final
don't want
thoughts?
to hang out anymore, so.
She's got a crevice cat to take care of.
You're putting on your sweater. It's time to go.
I'm putting
in 100
on my
degrees.
sweater. It's time to go. My final thoughts
It's getting dark here,
are
too.
that you need to respect me, and that's all I have to say. No. No, my final thoughts are that no matter what side you are on, it's all about the human race. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's all about being kind to your fellow human. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Also, Woodstock 99. What
Fuck
a
you, I
fucking
won't do what you
nightmare.
tell me.
Okay. I did. It's an amazing documentary.
I haven't seen the
I enjoyed
documentary,
every
but I
minute
saw
of
that
it.
they did
And
one, so I'll
if
check
they
it
did
out.
it again, yeah, I might go. No.
Weren't they trying to again?
Yeah, they
What?
were going to in I think it was 2019, and then
Well, I'd hope so.
yeah, and then a bunch of shit fell through.
Yeah, it was like Woodstock 60 or something.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
okay,
the
well,
50 or 60 or-
yeah, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, and just shake off that stuff that bothers you, because in the end, we all die, bitch. So just as, you know what I mean, just shake it off. Get up, shake it off. Exactly. All right, final thoughts, Eric.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Exactly, man.
fuck you. I won't do what you tell me.
Was that all you wanted to say? Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
Do you want to pass it on? You know, I thought it was a whole like, hey, and I passed the mic to blank.
Oh, is that how it goes? All right.
That's usually how it kind of goes.
And I pass it
And
to
I got the mic.
Mike.
Yo. And I got the mic.
I'm gonna spit some bars for y'all.
I swear to God, if you say "fuck you," I won't do what you tell me.
I don't even have any final thoughts. No. You guys.
Ooh, fun.
We got a show coming up Saturday. Cassandra has a show coming up on Thursday. Tomorrow.
I also have a show coming up on Saturday.
Eric has a show coming up on Saturday.
I have a business expo
Jess is
tomorrow.
still doing radio stuff.
I will
On
be
Saturday.
At Temple on Saturday.
Probably on
She
Saturday.
will be at Temple on Saturday.
She's gonna go to Temple. They're in Savannah, Georgia. It's a very gothic looking building, so you'll be able to find her. Yeah, I felt like this episode was pretty solid. I know we talked about some kind of heavier subjects, but I felt like we got our points across, and we didn't really stick around too long, and I felt like we had some.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? You've got spunk and bolt.
Fuck! Sorry, I hit the wrong button first.
Wow.
They're both red. They're both red. I fucked up. It's my fault. I apologize. Either way, Cassandra, hit him with the final thoughts of your own.
Yikes. That was tough, folks. It was tough. It was tough to watch. I'd like to just take this moment to say, really question everything. I'm very pro critical thinking. I think it's an amazing tool to have. If you're not sure where to even start with that, I say go to Reddit. Reddit's got a lot of critical thinkers, and they have a lot of opinions. So, but yeah, question everything. Just take some time to consider what your own beliefs are and how they might factor into the world at large. And just have some self-awareness, look into yourself and see what makes you tick. That's the start, it starts with yourself, and that's how you can adapt in the world and understand other humans, other cultures, other societies. It all starts with you. So let's do that together. All right? All right. So with that,
Hit him with it.
folks, don't forget, subscribe, follow us, like all our shit, listen to our shit. You can find us at thesundayspodcast.com. Hit us up on all the social media sites, The Sundays Podcast. We're going to be out here. We're going to be doing stuff. We love your feedback. Anything helps. If you have criticisms, fucking throw it our way. We're open to it. All right? So we want you to be entertained. So let us know how we can help you be entertained.